popular Christian extremist, Joshua Feuerstein, has a really grim warning for Christians.
Guys, what's up? Josh Feuerstein here. Look, I need to explain to you why what Obama and the Supreme Court just did in legalizing gay marriage in all 50 states, literally usurping the authority of each individual state, is the beginning of the Christian Holocaust. Now, I know you may think that I'm crazy, but I just need to break it down for you so that you have understanding and knowledge that you can see what is coming. There's very few voices that are speaking this kind of truth today, but here it is. For those of you, first of all, that think Obama is a Christian, you're totally wrong. I don't even know where you get that idea. If you look at Obama and the values and the principles, the things that he supports, the way that he operates, how is it that a Christian could support gay marriage? How is it that a Christian could support abortion? How is it that a Christian could push Muslim agenda? You cannot. If you are a Christian, you are a Christian above everything else. In fact, because God is the supreme authority, you're a Christian before you're even an American. Now, here is the problem today. Now that gay marriage has been legalized across the board, all 50 states, no matter what the state wants to do about it, now, all of a sudden, it becomes hate speech. The moment that you even want to give a dissenting opinion, the moment that you want to say that you don't stand for gay marriage, look at what happens. All of a sudden, the public outcry. You are a bigot, you're a homophobe, you hate people, you're this, you're that, you know. And see, Obama's using the same tactics that Hitler did. Intimidation. What he does is this. He begins to paint particular groups of people like they are intolerant and they are against progress. Here we're trying to build this utopian society, but here are these stupid Christians that just want to hold on to their Bibles and their guns because they are intolerant, they are not for progress, and we need to do something about it. Think about it, America, because this is the way that it's going. They call it progression, but what it really is, it's opening people up to the idea of persecution for people that do not believe the same thing that they believe in. You guys see how the tide of public opinion has turned against the Confederate flag. Now, I don't necessarily have an opinion on the Confederate flag except for this. Except that in 1 week, it's gone from a non-issue to a humongous issue. And it's dividing our nation. And this is how Hitler worked. And this is what Obama's doing. Look at all of the race riots that have been taking place recently. They've all been spurred on by people going in and stirring things up. Why? Because Hitler understood that if you riot and you get people to be afraid, first of all, if you divide America by race and you divide people into segments, you can conquer it. But check this out. The minute that there's riots, people get afraid and people will trade their freedom for safety. You want an America that has no guns and free meals and free health care and free everything and free time where only the police have guns? Well, check this out. They have something like that. It's called prison. Think about it, America. What's coming? It's time to wake up. I'm asking that you would take a few moments and that you would share this video. Why? Because somebody today needs to wake up to the truth that yes, the dictators that are in power today are stripping freedom from the American people. I promise you, something scary's coming.
Okay, first and foremost, before I even address the lunacy that he just espoused, turn your phone horizontally if you're going to be filming. There's no reason for vertical video in 2015, okay? You may be behind with the times with marriage equality, but you don't have to be behind with the times when it comes to actually just filming like a normal human being. And furthermore, hold the phone like further away from your face. It doesn't have to be like way close so we can see you spitting on the camera. Vertical videos, it bugs me. It really gets under my skin, so I had to get that out of the way first. Now, getting to what he actually said, he says that the legalization of same-sex marriage, quote, is the beginning of the Christian Holocaust. Wow, my head nearly exploded when I heard him say that. Now, more from Joshua Feuerstein, he says that now it becomes hate speech. You're a bigot, you're a homophobe, seeing that marriage equality is now legal. No, that wasn't something that just came to fruition recently. If you were against marriage equality and gay rights and LGBT rights, well, you're already a bigot. This ruling isn't going to change that. We still look down on you, and history will look down on you as not a progressive individual, and your side will be in the history books, and you won't be portrayed in the manner that you like. Now, he also says Obama is doing the same things that Hitler does. He paints a particular groups of people like they are intolerant against progress. Well, you are. You can't be intolerant and against progress and then complain when people point it out. You have freedom of speech. You can espouse whatever weird religious views that you want to, but we also have freedom of speech and we can point out that you're a lunatic. The government's not silencing you. This isn't a free speech issue. So yes, you are a lunatic. So it's rightful for us to point out that fact. Now he also says it's opening people up to the idea of persecution of people that don't believe the same thing that they believe in. This is projection, because he's doing this to gay people. You don't believe that gay people should be equal, and we don't believe that you're tolerant. The only difference is that what your side wants to do is remove marriage equality from LGBT people. But what we want to do is we just want equality. We're not trying to silence you. We're not trying to project you to more persecution than you're doing to yourself. We just want equality. That's it. He also says, quote, the race riots have occurred because people have gone in and stirred things up. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but what are you talking about? Who's gone in and stirred things up? Are you talking about the police who went in and have been shooting unarmed African Americans all over the country? Because, yes, if you're referring to them, then sure, they're stirring things up. But I think that what he's saying has some racist undertones. He's probably referring to the actual African American people who have been protesting and rioting over this police brutality, which they should be outraged over. I'm not saying that they should be rioting, but they should be outraged, as should he. We all should be outraged because the state shouldn't be treating people bad. Okay, so moving on, he says, quote, the dictators that are in power today are stripping freedom away from the American people. That's actually patently false. Gay people having the freedom to marry actually means more freedom, not less freedom. So you're getting it backwards, and you're a lunatic. Again, I've said lunatic like 3 times, but this is just stunning. This guy has 1.5 million followers, so I just really want to get out there that his message is very vitriolic, and it's not in line with a lot of Christians. He also says, I promise you something is coming. Right. Because they're going to be knocking on your door. Are you a Christian? Come on, you're going to jail. You've got to be absolutely insane to think like this. So let me tell you what his real agenda is. I don't think he believes what he's saying. This is his real agenda. He's trying to sell t-shirts to his followers, and he's making a killing off of this thus far. So I don't think that his followers are really smart enough to pick up on that, because, I mean, if you could subscribe to an individual or follow an individual who espouses this type of just insane apocalyptic rhetoric, well, then you're probably not going to pick up on the fact that he's exploiting you. He's trying to sell t-shirts off of you. He's trying to make money off of you and bolster his own career. He doesn't care about Christianity. He's just using it as a platform to bolster himself. And it's disgusting. It really is disgusting. So I'll end on this note. Christians, you're the majority. You don't have to worry about being persecuted, or prosecuted, that is. You will probably be persecuted if you're a bigot, as you rightfully should, as the racial bigots were in the past, the racist bigots more specifically. But you don't have to worry about people prosecuting you. We don't want to arrest you if you are against gay marriage. We just want equality. As long as you leave us alone and we leave you alone, we'll be happy. So the difference between us and you is that you impose your views on us. We don't impose our views on you. When LGBTQ people get married, that doesn't change your life in any way, shape, or form. But when you vote to ban their marriages, that directly affects their lives. And that's not right. That's immoral, and that's fundamentally against freedom. Okay, so you can't go and say, oh, we're less free now because gay people can get married. Because that's just disingenuous and a lie. So now, there's a distinction between personal versus political when it comes to religion. If your religion is personal, then that's fantastic. I think that it can be really beneficial to individual people. Now, if it becomes political and you start voting based on your religion, that's when it becomes harmful. Now, the problem with religion is that almost always it becomes political, because if religion is really that deeply held of a belief, then of course it's going to impact you in other types of, in other facets of life, such as politics. So this is really scary, and this is why you need to be rejoicing that gay people have rights now. Because the fact that gay people couldn't marry, that makes everyone less free. The more freedom, the more civil rights, the more civil liberties that more people have, the more free we collectively are as a nation. So you need to understand that. And Joshua Feuerstein, you're really sick, dude.